Welcome to Teachings from the Masters with Daryl Shaun Price.
Hi, I'm glad you're here. Okay, so today I want to get really deep into one of the most misunderstood concepts when it comes to manifesting and creating your happiest life. So I want you to remember, though, as we get into this topic, you are the creator of everything. Every experience you have is created as a reflection of who you are. Now, lots of people have taken that concept, which, by the way, this concept is not new. It's been taught for thousands of years. The great masters of every religion, of every philosophical tradition, of every culture have taught this in some way. That you are the creator. You are the master. You create everything in your life as a reflection of you. And I see a trend lately that I think is really getting a lot of people confused about what that means. And the idea is this: that people will say your thoughts create your reality. And that's true to an extent, but here's the part they miss. It is not your conscious thoughts that create your reality at all. You're thinking millions of thoughts a day. Some of them you don't even pay attention to. They are not creating your reality. So what I see a lot of people doing is this: they take this idea of your thoughts create your reality, and all of a sudden they jump into things like affirmations, and I'm gonna just keep thinking this one thing over and 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 over again until it comes true. And there's a place for affirmations if that's a tool that works for you, but it needs to be in its proper place. Because it really isn't your thoughts that create your reality. It's the things that you have thought and felt about enough that you don't ever have to think about again that create your reality. So it's the things you no longer have to think about that create your reality. And let me explain what that is. So your conscious thoughts repeated enough with enough feeling that tells your entire being that, oh, this is important in some way, whether that feeling is fear or love or peace or chaos or whatever it is. This thought and this feeling are something that now needs to be programmed into the subconscious. Your subconscious, the things you don't think about that are just naturally a part of your day-to-day, of who you are, of what you're putting out there, that subconscious has one purpose and one purpose only: to take things that are repeated so often, thoughts and feelings, and create an automatic program or a belief around them so you don't have to spend that energy on them anymore. Your conscious mind is meant to process, create new patterns, observe, okay, this and this equals this, I see this happened, which meant this, etc. It's just processing what's happening, and that's it. Sure, a lot of that information will come from your subconscious, like, oh, this person said this, that means this, because we have a belief that was programmed that when this happens, this will be the result. And that's where your true power comes in. And this, you've heard me say this over and over again. Your attention is your superpower. Whatever you pay attention to the most, thought, feeling, thought, feeling, thought, feeling, thought, feeling, your subconscious goes, okay, we're spending so much energy on processing this pattern and what it feels like, and this pattern and what it feels like. Let's create a program for that. Let's create an automation for that. Let's create a belief system so that that's now automated and we don't have to spend energy on it anymore. And I want to talk about, there was an old student of mine a few years ago who, she was really struggling with health concerns and wanted to start to manifest a healthier body and felt like she would get so far and then all of a sudden it would all come crashing. So I was asking her about some of the rest of the things in her life. And one thing very interesting came up when she talked about money. So this is not someone who had a 9-to-5 job. This is not someone who worked in the corporate world. This is someone who had her own yoga practice and had for years. And I asked her about money. She's like, oh, I don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it. I always have enough money, not worried. Money doesn't really cross my mind. Every now and then something happens and I'll respond to it. And then that's not a big deal. My health is my big concern. I want to point something out to you. This person did not consciously think all the time about money, and money was good. That program was already set. This person spent a lot of energy thinking about health. Health was not good. That's where the struggle was. You don't think about the things that are already figured out in life. When you're an infant and a toddler and learning to walk, you're thinking a lot about how to take the next step. What do I do if I pull myself up on this couch, etc. You now don't think about walking. You just walk. The one time you might think about walking is, oh, you stubbed your toe, or oops, I tripped. You only think consciously about things that aren't set and working out yet. Now, the working out may not be the reality you want. The working out, what is set, what is beliefs, may not be the reality you want right now. So you have to put new seeds in the subconscious. But you are not creating by conscious thought. You are using conscious thought to create enough repetition that you no longer have to think about it. So let me lay out the whole map of creation for you. First, your spirit. You are the energy of creation. Not the energy of creation flows through you. You are the energy of creation. Your spirit is that energy of creation, that Tao, that God, that universe, whatever you want to call it. That pure energy that is everything is your spirit. That spirit is in perfect vibration and harmony always. And based on those vibrations, your mind goes, oh, well, that means this based on the current beliefs and programs I have. So feeling of freedom might mean more money. You're free when you have more money. Because my belief is more money makes freedom. So the conscious thoughts you have that process whatever those vibrations and energy waves are, that look out into the world and process the patterns, are always going to be within what is the current programming? What is the current beliefs? Your reality 100% is filtered through your current beliefs. You do not get to experience anything that's outside of those until you release them. So, your spirit is in vibration and will constantly lead you on what is the easiest path to creating your happiest life that you will allow through your current beliefs. So right now, the big struggle you have, oh no, I don't have enough money. Oh, my health is failing. Oh, my relationships are horrible. Oh, I'm always fighting with my significant other. Oh, I don't feel like I've done enough. Whatever it is, it's all because of what your current beliefs are. Your spirit isn't saying, oh, you need more money. Oh, you need better health. Oh, you need better relationship. Your spirit is saying, be in the best, most harmonious vibration possible. Put your attention where the most peace is. That vibration gets interpreted by your mind through the filter of your current beliefs. And that's where the issues are that you're focused on right now. So, now your conscious mind, you're going to have imaginations and desires and thoughts, and you're processing them 1,000,000 times a day or more. All these different thoughts, millions and millions and millions going through your brain on a constant basis. Feelings come up when something is repeated enough and something is programmed enough, and that feeling is your compass. Is this in alignment with my spirit or not? Oh, I always struggle with bills. Oh no, there's another one. Oh no, what if I don't have enough money to pay it? Oh no, I've got a bill coming up next month. Fear, 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 fear. There's a belief that more bills means less freedom, which causes fear. That's not in alignment. So what happens most of the time, we focus all our energy on the conscious thoughts. Okay, got to fix this, got to do this, got to do that. I got to stop paying attention to this. I got to start paying attention to that. Conscious thought, conscious thought, conscious thought, conscious thought, conscious thought. And if we keep repeating a thought and a feeling that says, hey, that thought is not in alignment enough, now our body has cortisol levels that increase. We get more stressed out. Our body starts to tense up. We get in fight or flight mode. Because that feeling of, fear and panic and sadness and anger is not in alignment. So it feels off. It's not you. It feels dangerous. So your body goes, whoa, don't like it. Danger. And will do anything it can naturally to protect from it. How many times have you heard of, or probably even happened to you, somebody who's working and working and working and pushing so hard that their body finally shut down because they wouldn't rest. So the body said, we have to rest. So the body needs to be brought into alignment as well. And this is where, okay, I want to lay out this simple progression for you. And I want to point out, you don't have to go any deeper on this progression than the first step if you want to have your happiest life. But you can, because you're the creator and you're the master and you get to have anything you want. So, getting your spirit, your mind, your heart, and your body in alignment, if that's all you do and you live that way, that is enough. You will be at peace. You will be happy. But what does that look like? Well, spirit's already there. If you think a thought over and over again and it feels off, stop paying attention to it. If you think a thought over and over again and it feels good, pay more attention to it. What about the body? Get your body into a state where it's not fight or flight. When you notice it happening, hey, now it's time to close my eyes, take some deep breaths. Make sure you're inhaling for a little bit and exhaling for longer than you inhale, because that automatically resets and tells your body you're safe right now. So you get your body calm, you focus your mind on what feels the most like peace, and you're good. And that is the state in which now you can decide what to do with the rest of your attention. And it's not out here. It's not the external. It never will be. If you put your attention on what do I want to change in my external, you will fall out of alignment quickly. Sure, you might have a couple fun moments here or there. Because the point is, all of that is just reflection. You're not going to spend all day in the mirror trying to redecorate the mirror to make that face in the mirror look better. You're going to change you. Go back to the mirror and see what you look like. That's just feedback. So you get into alignment, and that would be enough. Well, now you look at the reflection and say, ooh, what patterns here can I observe? I'm going to be aware of, I'm going to accept, and I'm going to appreciate. But which ones do I like and which ones do I not like? Oh, look, this pattern. This pattern keeps coming up. Well, if this pattern keeps coming up, it must mean I believe this because I only experience what is filtered through my beliefs. Okay, I want to change that. Well, you can. Now is the time for those tools. I want to have enough conscious attention on what I want versus what I've been having, with enough feeling that it becomes the new seed in the new program. And it looks something like this. Let's say it's financial freedom. Let's say maybe you have a dollar amount, maybe you don't. And if you need a refresher, by the way, there are specific and non-specific manifestors. Go look at the last episode. We talked about that a lot. If you are a non-specific manifestor, stop trying to push all the details. If you're a specific manifestor, get more detailed. But whatever it is, the point is you want to imagine that reality as if it already happened until it feels like it really has. Your mind doesn't know the difference between the external reflection and what you imagine because it's all just reflection. What you're experiencing is a projection. So you imagine, the financial freedom and whatever that looks like in as much detail as you need to till you feel it. Guess what? You now know where to pay attention. Now you can use tools to pay attention to that on enough repeated basis until you feel like it's so natural you don't need to anymore. And here's what'll happen. Pay attention to the inner dialogue when you're not trying to focus. Yeah, I know you can focus, you can meditate, you can visualize, you can go get into that state of being and, this is what it feels like, it's great. But when you're not focused, what's happening? If you go and focus and visualize and say, financial freedom, and it feels like this, and I feel so empowered, and it's this much money, and I know exactly what I'm doing with it, and wow, that's a great feeling. Then you stop visualizing, and your inner dialogue is, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay this bill? Oh, I could never afford that. I don't believe people waste money on this. Guess what? The inner dialogue is the programming that's already been set, coming from your subconscious, telling you what filters you're experiencing reality through. So you catch that inner dialogue, and you're not going to force it to change, because it changes when there's enough attention put on a new paradigm that automatically your beliefs shift. So, okay, oh, I still have that belief. Okay, that's an old belief playing out. Okay, I'm not going to put any attention on it anymore. Oh, fear about not affording something, not even going to think about it. Let me go back and think about this again. Let me put my energy on this thought, this feeling enough. And this is where things like affirmations can help. This is where things like visualization technique can help and journaling can help. And you've got to find the tools that work best for you. Because if you are, for example, journaling, and I'm going to write this thing 70 times a day, the statement of what I want, and it feels frustrating, like you have to do it, it's not going to work. The point is, you're training your subconscious by using your conscious mind to pay attention to that state of being enough until that thought and feeling becomes your new inner dialogue. That's it. Once your thoughts no longer have to be thought because they're natural, that's when reality shifts. So it is not your thoughts consciously that create your reality. It is the thoughts you no longer have to think about that create the programming that determines your reality. And this goes to everything we've been talking about, your identity shift. Your identity is made up of, in the things you experience in this life, those beliefs that you hold on to. When you reprogram those beliefs, you're shifting your identity. Now, this isn't a focus on, I want to be financially free, so what are the things I have to do to go do that? Because anything you choose to do right now, if your inner dialogue is not the thing you want, if your inner dialogue is not the thing you want, then anything you focus on externally will be within the current beliefs you don't want to experience. You do not create your happiest life and manifest miracles by focusing on changing the external, because all you're doing is playing within the current beliefs. You reprogram who you are by changing those beliefs, by planting new seeds in your subconscious, because you have put enough conscious attention on a new pattern that you've imagined and felt that it now becomes your natural state. When that inner dialogue shifts to this reality that you want, that's when you know the projection is going to shift around you, and miracles do happen. I have had people hand me massive sums of money when I got in the state of, I'm just going to have money flow to me. And that was my inner dialogue. I have had people open up companies and hand them to me when I got in the state of being that was, opportunities just find me and I don't have to look for them. I have had miraculous healings from places where I thought I would never walk again. And 3 days later, got up, was running up and down stairs, and felt stronger than I ever had. When I got into the state of mind that my inner dialogue was, I am strong, I am healthy, and I can do anything I want. So no, you don't create by what you think. You create by putting enough attention on thoughts and feelings that they become your new normal. So let me review one more time. Before anything else, before you try affirmations or meditations or visualizations or journaling or any other technique, get into alignment and live there. Which means at any moment, you will calm your body. You will focus your mind on how you're feeling. Is it peace or not peace? If it's not peace, you stop paying attention to whatever's going on. If it's peace, you pay more attention. And then that automatically gets those three pieces in alignment with your spirit. And just live in that state, and it will be enough. Miracles will happen. Then start paying attention when something pops up. Ooh, idea, that felt like peace. Follow that. Ooh, idea, that did not feel like peace. Stop paying attention to it. So, if you were to do those two steps, that would be enough. But once you're in that state, that's the time to say, here's patterns I don't want. I don't prefer them. Let me pay enough attention to a new pattern that it becomes the normal that my inner dialogue is having when I'm not focusing my mind. And then I get to create whatever I want. Remember, there is nothing greater than the power of you. When you are living in alignment, you will naturally create your happiest life. and manifest miracles. If you need extra help, go to DarylShaunPrice.com. You can even book a call with me, and I'm happy to help you get to the point where you're living in alignment, where you are following the peace, and where you are shifting what you think into not having to think about it anymore because it's already taken care of. See you next time.